That's right, Finky going live on that ass.
It says I have to log
warning. We're here in the coop.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Yo, it sounds like YMCA, man.
Let's go. I just felt like I had to do something with my hands, man. What's the problem? Real quick, I am Jesse Rendell. I got the venerable Mike Meach over here to my right. To my left, Mr. Seamus Clancy. Seamus, how you doing, buddy?
Seamus?
Thank you for having me. I'm back.
You're married?
Got married since the last time I was on the show.
Everyone's like,
sorry for you, man.
Love to see it.
I love being married, just to be clear.
Join
Just want
the
to get that on my record.
Sorry, yes, except Fink.
Yeah, Fink's the only one.
He's
out
got
here.
Cozy Jewelers breathing down his neck.
Shout out Cozy Jeweler.
Getting ring shame.
Speaking of which, let's head over to the secondary establishment here. I don't know what we're calling it, bar.
Secondary.
Fink is eating pizza. Rock Raider in the middle in the old school Kelly Green kind of softball jersey like that. And Tom, who's looking clean tonight.
Rock's
Tom,
getting our
what's the occasion? Did you have something before this?
Rock's getting our fantasy draft ready. I came dressed for the occasion, man.
You look great.
He said looking clean. Like that's look at this guy. He took a shower.
He don't have no dirt on him or nothing.
It's a different expression. I'm using it differently. Anyway, there's a little extra space on Fink's left there for Mr. Mark Goodhart, Esquire, should he show up any minute and decide to give us
the door slam.
his wonderful opinion on things. All right. So, guys, this is a really tough episode for me personally because I'm trying to make sure that we can do justice to what's going to happen tomorrow. One of the biggest events, biggest days in Philadelphia sports, in my opinion, in a very long time. It's going to be very exciting, very celebratory, at least up until kickoff.
I thought you were talking about the 410 Brewers game.
The 410 Brewers game also going to be good. Let's not like tonight. We will talk about the Phils. They're losing 5-0.
Thanks, Noah.
We definitely want to make sure that we're focusing on the birds and the magical moments that we're going to have tomorrow. But we are also conducting the first ever City Pigeons Fantasy League draft. This is a very last minute. I know we've been talking about it for 3 weeks, but we just put it together very last minute. We already have a lot of controversy. And
off to a hot start.
I want to send it over to Rock real quick. Just to let him,
Our commissioner.
He's the commissioner. I want him to explain the controversy and just get it out in the open so everybody understands what happened. It was too late to backtrack. So, Rock, could you just take the floor, please? Thanks.
What?
We don't know what you're talking about.
Fink told me not to talk.
As his lawyer.
Okay.
Listen, just because you're sitting next to Goodhart does not.
That's fine.
Make
yeah, he told me not to talk about it, but I got to stand on business here. Sorry, Fink.
You're gonna have to just reset it then.
No, we don't have to reset anything. So this is what happened. Jesse sent out a text with all the team names.
Immediately blaming Jesse.
Numbered 1 through 10. Said City Pigeons Fantasy Draft. He had the order. I put the order in for the draft in that order, 1 through 10. The names with the numbers next to them. Apparently, he didn't randomize those names. He just sent me a list of names. So if Jess could pull the text up somehow, some way on this fancy computer, he can see the confusion that had happened. But either way, we're going to ride it out. You can win the fantasy league from any position. I've won the leagues from the 10 hole, from the 5 hole, never won from the 1 hole, actually, from the butt hole.
Jesus.
Come on, from all the holes. You can win.
Dude.
We're not going to reset this. We're going to let it rock.
Family program.
And that's the way it's going. All right.
All the holes,
Don't put the blame on me.
I just want to clarify because Danielle was like, oh, Danielle Goodhart, Mark's wife, who's also in the league, which is fantastic. She was like, oh, you got the number 1 pick. And I'm so busy like pushing responsibility to other people. Rock had set up the ESPN thing. I'm like, oh, cool. I got the first pick. I didn't even know, like whatever. And then I get in here tonight and he's like, you know, it's pretty convenient how you got the first pick. I'm like, guys, I didn't even know about that till a minute ago. And Rock's like, no, you sent the order. And I'm like, no, I sent a list of 10 people to try and confirm, do we have 10 people? In fact, the 10th person had a question mark next to their name. So it was merely to confirm there were 10 people. And he took it literally like that was a draft order. So, guys, it's too late to change it. I have the first pick. I don't know what to tell you.
Fixed.
How close
I lose this fucking fixed.
Now,
It's a minute 45 away, and I got the second pick, and I already told Jesse, you don't take Saquon. He's mine. I mean, he's not the consensus number 1 pick, but
you guys realize I have a problem right now, though, because I'm doing this on the computer that you guys can all see right here.
Jess has his face up there.
That's
in the
not
corner.
going to be good.
That is not you. That looks
Look,
pretty good.
Let's do this. This will be fun. Ready? Because this has probably not been done before. I'm literally going to share my pick with the whole world here.
I'm pretty sure this has been done.
You think it's been done?
To people who don't give a
this
shit.
is my draft.
Like a rule of thumb is nobody cares about your fantasy team.
Yeah, I know.
It's been that way since forever.
Yeah, but Rock convinced us that we should have a fantasy draft, and here we are. We're doing it.
That's cool.
You're going to care. Seamus, your position on fantasy football, really quick. What do you think?
I
Generally
used-
speaking.
I was a guy that used to be in like 7 or 8 leagues. Now I'm down to 2, and that's enough for me. Got me,
Two's good.
Meech, Fink, some of the Twitter freaks in one, and then one with my college buddies. That's all I need.
That's actually perfect. I was at 2, and then it grew to 3. This is going to be number 4 for me, which is definitely ridiculous.
You're deep.
But it's like different groups of friends that now a lot of these leagues have been going on so long. I don't have the heart to be like, guys, I really need to, for my mental health, I need to get out of the league.
Are you guys like the hardcore like keeper league?
Nah, none of
Like
that.
any of that
Although I
stuff?
will say the 2 leagues.
Guillotine. Meech, you do is the guillotine the Twitter?
I do it.
Yeah, I'm the commissioner of the
Seamus is
guillotine league.
Of course he is.
yes.
Of course he is.
commissioner
That
of
makes
the
a lot
guillotine
sense
league.
now.
Those are the coolest kind of leagues. I've explained
That's
those
fu-
before. You
that
could look it
sounds
up,
cool.
but those are really cool. I love it.
Jess, you're
Last
up
night
in-
was our draft.
Jess,
for
you're up in
that.
5
It was
seconds.
really fun.
All right.
Can we get some insight?
I'm
from
in,
Keith
I'm in.
and-
All right, you
this is
hear the
unreal.
draft
You
starting.
can't
Now, here's the
have
thing.
this.
You're cool. Don't worry about it. Meech, you have said to me, if I don't take Saquon, you will take him. So I actually don't really care. Honestly, I've already done 3 drafts. I'm kind of tapped out. I was just going to take Jamar Chase because he was the first ranked guy and I don't really care. But do you want to make me any sort of, you can make me any kind of offer right now because I really don't care. I could take Saquon.
Yeah, here's an offer. You draft Saquon and I'll draft Jamar Chase, or it's the opposite.
right.
Let's do this.
All right. I'm taking Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm
I
taking
don't
Saquon.
care. There it is.
Just because
Okay.
he's my guy.
All right,
and,
cool.
Now listen,
no
we can't,
one cares.
We can't have the draft completely derail.
Good.
We have an esteemed journalist on our panel.
But here,
tonight.
I do want to.
He didn't come here to
real
watch us
quick,
do our fantasy
The
draft.
first fantasy. What was the first fantasy football league you guys joined? Because the very first one I did was in 1998 at my co-op job from Drexel, and we used to mail the standings in like the mailbox, and to get there by Friday, so you can.
That's incredible.
And then you'd have to call your opponent and confirm your lineup with just your opponent, and then calculate the standings on the way to work on
Sounds
the
awful.
SEPTA train with the paper, but which didn't have the Sunday night game.
So you're like
box
old
score in it.
school, old school.
Like
So
that
how
was
were
old
the
school.
dinosaurs?
right? Damn, Grandpa.
That sounds real
Lance
bad.
Allworth, first pick.
My first fantasy
You know,
league was
the,
a half season
The
league.
drafts were fun as shit. They were always at bars in Frankfurt. I mean, it was really cool. It was probably better than it is now with all this
Yeah, I got to say,
nonsense.
my cousin still goes. He was hitting me up the other day. He's like, "Yo, can you golf on Friday? I'm going to be in Atlantic City for our annual fantasy draft." Like him and 10 of his buddies have been renting out like the Hilton back room, like random stuff like that
Hell
for
yeah.
like 15 years. It's not, come on, dude. I don't need that from you. All right, just eat your pizza. You
Well-
just eat your pizza.
Here's the other. Oh shit! What a horrible play by the Phillies outfield. But here's the other thing. Back then, right now, like last night, I drafted a team. I did pretty much zero preparation. If we're being honest. And then towards the end, I'm Googling sleeper tight ends, and then it gives you a list, and that's not really fair. Like you used to have to go into a draft with actual knowledge, with paper or some dumb magazine that was printed in September.
But why
Or-
don't
or
you still do
August.
that then? You're the one cheating the system by doing that.
But
You could- you could
everybody's
still-
doing it. If everybody's doing it,
if everyone's
right,
jumping
it's
off
like
the bridge,
everybody's
you're
got
going to jump off too.
superpowers. It's the old
Can't I
adage
have
from
Stand for
Incredibles.
something or you fall for everything, me.
Wait. Can I have a Chat GPT draft for me? I know there's auto draft, but at this
probably
point, I
can.
should be able to.
As commissioner of the league, me just talking about if you use ChatGPT, he's out for next year. I think.
Yeah, but
So,
ChatGPT also graded our league at
Which
the
was
end,
terrible.
and it
Which
gave
was
me a
terrible.
D plus.
I got an F.
It totally ripped apart my team. I'm
I
like,
got an
"Fuck
A,
you,
so-
dude. Like,
All right.
you don't know me.
So real quick, I just
Fool.
want to show we did invite the other members of the league in.
Let's bring
So
some
I'm
of
just
them.
going to
Oh,
bring them in real
yeah.
quick just to get everybody in here.
Can we get
Real
the
quick,
reaction
one
to
by
the,
one.
to the mix up?
All right. So here we
Like a
go.
Brady bunch now.
All right. I don't see. We don't have
Danielle,
Blake. All
you're
right.
all
So
going
one by
down.
one. Keith,
Keith.
you're on. Can you hear us, buddy? Keith. Yeah, there you are. Yep.
I'm
Keith,
trying to make my pick
otherwise
here.
known at a normal collar, is here. we've got Danielle Goodhart, who comes in with the moniker "the unintelligible texter," which
No,
is
the
just brilliant
intelligible.
stuff.
Intelligible.
I know you want to get the intelligible. It's not
Yeah.
as funny.
It looks
the
like
intelligible texter.
Keith is up. Keith, what are you thinking right now? What's going through your head?
I just made my pick.
Squirrel looks like he's in the war room there.
Yo, Squirrel, that's a pretty
looks
solid
official.
look.
Keith, you're up
Coming in
again.
from
What are you
the
thinking there?
His office.
Yo, we brought Keith in at a really tough time, man. It's not fair to him.
Yeah, we last minute at him.
I'm trying to focus on my pick here.
All right, get your pick done.
Squirrel, what are you thinking, buddy? Let's hear your input.
Keith, we're trying to go inside
I
the
got
war
Keith
room
ahead
like
of
this.
me. I don't know if I can really give away that knowledge.
Like an Eagles
I
first
like
round
the
pick.
strategery.
Oh, Blake's in the house too now.
Blake.
Yeah, I'm here.
Let's go. Okay, listen. We're gonna-
wait.
No. I just wanted to bring everybody in to say hello. I'm happy that they're here. To Tom's point, we cannot let the fantasy draft dictate everything that we're doing. So we're going to bring these guys back later. Guys, stay with us. We'll see you in a minute. And keep focused on what you're doing because there's high stakes here. We didn't tell you the buy-in's $500. Thank you very much for participating. Am I up at any point? No, I got to wait, right? Can you guys help me up and just tell me when I'm coming up?
Yeah, I got you.
Absolutely not.
This is going to be real tough, man. All right, look, bigger things.
You'll hear mine go off, and then
All right, cool. Bigger things to deal with here than our
Bigger
fantasy
fish to
draft,
fry.
which is a huge deal. And I want to go right to Seamus because Seamus, as we sit here on the verge of the season opener, got the Birds in the national opening game, which we haven't. That hasn't happened before. I mean, you don't have to win the Super Bowl, but they've never been the other team, I don't believe, right? In the Thursday game.
They did it, I guess, in 2018, like coming off the win, but I don't ever remember them being like, oh, they're facing the reigning Super Bowl champs.
Oh,
there was
they did do it in 2018?
Yeah, it was Eagles Falcons.
Oh, I remember. And the
They-
game was like the same.
It was
almost.
terrible. They
yeah.
did, little Philly special.
Oh, I remember
with
because someone
Foles.
said we booed them off the field at halftime.
Yeah, it was deserved.
Now, here's the question. Can we boo tomorrow? This is the second Super Bowl in a shortest period of time. I bet people will still boo.
I don't think there's going to be a reason to boo.
That's a spirit.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Yes, Seamus.
Okay. So we know that, to me, this is a two-part endeavor, and it's got to be tough for the players. Certainly, I don't think it's very tough for the fans, right? Because we're just going to be celebrating all the way up until the banner comes down and just, really kind of claiming our victory for the last time. And then we just get to watch them play. They have to obviously go out and play. How do you think we should approach this from a fan's perspective? We're getting down there in the lots. We're just having fun. I mean, just having a good time, right? We don't need to be too concerned about the game. I know most people feel confident. I mean, where's your mentality if you're the average fan heading into the tailgate?
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm a fan again. I am no longer credentialed media, running my own Substack.
You're with us.
I'm going to the game as a fan. Haven't been to one since that random Tuesday night football game in 2021, if you remember that.
Was that the Vikings one?
No, the
No.
Commanders. Or they might have been the football team still.
Oh, when it got pushed back or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
that was bad. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I got you.
Going with my wife, one of my best friends from college, from the neighborhood in South Philly. I've never been more excited for a regular season game. I haven't done this in a long time. The fact that they're playing the Cowboys
I'm up.
of all the possible teams to open up against. I watched every second of that Netflix Cowboys documentary.
Did you watch that?
Oh, yeah.
I can't
pretty-
do it.
I didn't
can't
watch
do
It was entertaining.
It's
but then
entertaining.
it gets better as it goes on because they get worse as it goes
Yeah.
on. So the last two episodes, phenomenal stuff. But to do that in front of Jerry Jones, all of those players, to have everyone come together at the link, everyone be hyped as hell in the parking lot beforehand.
Yeah.
I am not going to sleep tonight.
All right.
It's the night
Seamus,
before,
we
it's the
need
night
you
before
around more
Christmas.
often.
Christmas
So-
Eve, baby.
I watched that. I didn't watch all the Cowboys thing, but I watched a little bit of it. I'm so glad that Jerry Jones is gonna have to sit through this and just suffer because I couldn't like that guy watching that thing. He seemed like such an arrogant, pompous ass to me. And I know we hate the Cowboys over here. We always do. We always will. But just watching that just made me hate him even more. And I can't wait till I hope they pan the camera to him.
Do you think
When
he
that
really
banner's
suffers
coming
though?
down.
Between me and you,
He,
do you think he suffers?
He
He's got
loves
those young white
Okay.
girls that he ushers into his little suite over. Whoa, that's not. There's pictures of it on the internet.
I know, but anytime people say those words in combination, it just makes me a little bit like, oh, young. I gotta stop. Okay, keep going.
But I'm just
What?
saying, Jerry Jones isn't really worried about anything. The team hasn't been relevant in 30 years.
I know.
I don't think he gives a shit. He just loves his little house that they built for him and being old and recovering from cancer. Just
Wow. Radical Squirrel drafting and commenting. Got to give him guy credit. He's a talented individual. We need someone who's going to track the draft and provide some commentary as to what's going on.
I
Like if
don't
someone
know.
makes
I
a
took
suspect
Jalen Hurts
pick.
in the second round.
Love it.
Okay. You love that?
Yeah, just if you're gonna have some fun with fantasy, look, if it's not a $300 league and you're really jonesing for it, take
right.
Jalen Hurts when you want. It's funner. He scores a touchdown.
That's
You're
what I'm
already
saying.
amped.
That's
You're
what I'm
double
saying.
amped.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The competitor in me won't allow that. I gotta win. I need to win.
I got 3 backs already. You guys are freaking sick.
Wait, you went with the 3 running back? All right. Eric's
I got all
energetic
stunts.
team. Oh, wow. Bijan
Bijan.
Robinson,
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, and Chase Brown. That's a lot of running backs, man. Good job.
Who the hell's
Chase
Chase Brown?
Do you have
Shitty
fantasy?
Brown
Do you have fantasy?
All right. Now putting back on your
Sidney
media hat
Brown's
a little
twin
bit
brother.
to analyze things a little, Seamus. I think from your tone, it sounds like you're feeling pretty comfortable at the game. We have seen them struggle in scenarios like this where there's a big moment and some sort of celebration. But what do you think? Do you think we're in for just a party tomorrow night? That's what it feels like to me, but I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'm in that mode. I don't know what's going to get me out of it. Is it a 3 and out? Is it a weird Hurts fumble? He had a turnover in the Super Bowl as much as it was a rout and a party and all that fun.
I don't remember.
You don't remember
What are you
it?
talking about?
In the best way possible? You were just trashed and having a good time?
Yes.
Yo, wait.
think
I
it would-
literally don't remember.
I
it.
don't-
Oh, it was like deep in their end, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah, we don't care
Yeah.
about
When
that.
was it? I can't even remember where it was.
It would honestly take the Eagles not moving the ball on like their first 6 possessions for the crowd to turn on them. That
They'd have to be down 17 at half or
Even-
something for me to think this
Yeah.
isn't a win.
even the Birds crowd won't turn on them that easy after a Super Bowl.
Well, you know how these things go with these first games, right? They don't play at all in the preseason.
Again,
you know,
it's not going to happen. But
I know, but they'll get off to a little bit of a slow start. But I just don't think there's anything to worry about. I think that Micah trade last week, I think that just
Thank
took
you,
all
Jer.
the wind out of their sails. Like that was not the news the players wanted to hear. The coaches, Jer came
Jer.
down. He said, "Boys, got some news for you. We had to trade away Michael Parsons today."
Michael Parsnips.
We kept calling him.
Wait,
That's
trade
part
away
of the-
Michael
that's part of
Parsons
the beef,
today.
is that he-
And
Yo,
you
but
know
how much wind did their sales
I
have
know.
to begin with?
I mean,
no,
they
but-
had a little bit, but once they took that, they heard that, they were just like, "What the fuck, Jar?"
I think Dak's cap hit is just as much as Jalen, Devontae, AJ Brown, and Saquon combined. Like some
Pathetic.
crazy shit like that.
Which is ridiculous.
You know,
But-
and
Jared.
that there has to be a very large cultural gap, right, between like the players and their perception of their owner, given that Jerry is an old Southern
yeah, he
white
gives that
cowboy
Go ahead,
dude.
you could just say he gives
And-
off that slave master
Listen,
mentality.
I'm not. I'm
Go ahead and
definitely
say
not
it.
doing
That's
and I think it just looks like he's more and more out of touch. And this just, if you're a player on that team, you got to be like, man, what in the hell? Now, at the same
Exactly.
time, these guys are trying to earn money. They got to go out and perform, for their livelihood. So I think they're going to give it their best shot. But that had to definitely take some wind out of their sails. There's no doubt about it.
I agree. I don't see this being
Fuck
a game
'em.
tomorrow. I think the
That's how I
Eagles
feel.
go in there and just blow them out.
Think
man.
your thoughts? I'm sorry.
I said, fuck them. That's how I
Okay.
feel, baby.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
it?
you.
That's it?
It's a blowout tomorrow.
So think
It's gonna be a party.
I had the Eagles in a parlay plus 10, minus 10.5. I think it's going to be a blowout. 2 TDs, easy.
Wow.
No, you guys aren't feeling it? The
No, I
game. Like,
totally
everyone's all
agree.
like,
I
what are you
mean-
guys looking at your fantasy draft? It's not going to matter.
Am I up?
We're on the Will Shipley special.
Yeah, we got Shady's got the
bet.
Will Shipley special with the FanDuel jackpot
Oh,
boost.
a little
We could be
FanDuel
on
bonus.
to
I did,
something.
definitely not a guy who typically gives picks, but a pick I liked and tweeted it out. Will Shipley last touchdown. Eagles back out running back.
I saw that.
The Birds go
Ooh.
up big. pull some starters. Don't want to give Saquon crazy wear and tear the first game.
I like
Happened in the NFC Championship game. He had a late touchdown, a couple good nice
I
runs,
like
kick
it.
return.
Will.
Ooh.
What was he at? Like plus
If-
750.
if
It was like
If you place this bet on FanDuel and take one of their sponsored rides home, you get a 50% odds boost.
Now, I'm guessing that's not actually true, but I was thinking earlier, do we owe FanDuel a debt of gratitude, and should we all place more bets than we otherwise were going to as a result of what they did? Because I got to say, that whole situation was a real black cloud over this game for me, because I know, I'll give you an example. I'm going to drive my truck down there, and I got somebody lined up to come in, help us break down and get that thing out of there so I can get home safe after having a few beverages. And I've had times when I go out with the pre-existing service, right, and you show up to the subway entrance, and you're just sitting there for an hour, and then you get down below.
I've walked home. That's what I'll end up doing most of the time is I'll just walk home.
Yeah, I mean, it's outrageous. And so I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get home. Like, this is going to suck. Eagles are telling people, if you don't have tickets to the game, don't come to the game, sending out these travel advisories, all this. And I'm like, this is going to suck. They were talking about how you can't use parking spots for anything but cars. I'm like, the tailgate's going to get screwed up.
What?
I really thought it was going to be a problem. So I'm giving major credit to FanDuel, the marketing geniuses that came up with this. I think I got a pick right now.
Go ahead,
Somebody
pick it.
else, go ahead.
Yeah, it's really not that hard, because the money that they are sitting on for my futures NFL picks, they've funded the fucking SEPTA rides probably for the next 17 weeks.
So now, are they just funding the SEPTA rides on this same shitty schedule that SEPTA's currently on? Or are they
No, it's the
saying,
same,
"We're
the
bringing
same
in-"
nighttime sports schedule that they always had with the 10, because they had to take away like 10 trains.
Yeah, that's what
so
I
it
was.
would have went to like 4,000 people being commuted instead of the regular, say, 16,000.
Okay.
I don't, these numbers aren't.
They bring back the
concrete,
express
but-
trains,
Yeah,
which
okay.
were Dunzo before.
I was just curious
believe.
if they're going to
Yeah.
just pay for it and just say,
On the way
pay
home,
for it.
riders don't have to pay.
Usually the whole thing is free, right? No?
On the
Okay.
way there, I think you have to pay.
Yeah, I can't
Do you,
remember.
do you think we could just get FanDuel to take over SEPTA, and like there's no SEPTA anymore, and just call it FanDuel? And like, I mean, they have the money to do it.
Yeah, you know what's wild to me, and I don't want to get on, but we can figure out a way to get people down to the game, but they got to get this SEPTA shit up and running for the kids. Go to school.
People
man.
going to
Bottom
work.
line, go to work. What the fuck is going on in
Yeah,
Philadelphia?
FanDuel's not paying for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, you might be
Mark,
asking
Mark
a lot.
sent that email earlier. Like, how is SEPTA sponsoring
Hey,
the Eagles?
that was probably already in place long before all this went down,
Well,
man.
All right, here's the question. What's the over-under on trains that leave the station? It's 19 and a half on FanDuel.
You parlayed it with Will Shipley last touchdown.
Fucking weirdos.
Brilliant.
Jess, did you talk about the party before the game that's happening tomorrow?
Oh, you know what? I didn't get into that yet.
What
Let me
if
see if I
Jesse leaks
still
us
have it
some
here.
state senators' phone numbers?
Booyah.
I'll get accepted funded by tomorrow. Leak
Nah.
me some phone numbers.
You know what's
hit the
funny?
old
I actually was talking to my dad, and he was like, "Oh, I would have done X, Y, Z," and yada. He would have definitely figured that out.
Let's
somehow.
go.
Yeah,
Absolutely, Eddie.
Let's do it.
City
That- if
Pigeons
there's one
fix
thing
the
I
septic
know
crisis.
is when everybody got all like pissed off and the general public was like, "This is ridiculous." I feel like my dad figured out a way to do something. He just figured it out. He's like, "This can't happen." I feel like the SEPTA thing has gone on way too long. He would have called somebody and made some sort of concession, figured out a way to bring people together, get it done. But they don't make politicians like they used to,
Yeah,
When push comes
yeah.
to shove, Joe Picozzi goes to a fancy coffee shop.
I'm surprised your
A
pop's not
latte.
doing some consulting there on the side. You know what I mean?
Nah,
Hit him up.
he calls some people. There's no
Yeah,
doubt
hell
about
yeah.
it. All right,
Let's give him a fix.
back to way more important things than politics. Tomorrow
Is this
in the M lot, it's the kickoff of the City Pigeons Birds of a Feather tailgate.
Come on down.
All right, no,
That I won't be attending.
me chest to work. I'll
I'll be right around the corner. doing a little
Coward.
Tailgate of
You're
my
We need to withhold that
scared.
information. We
making
can't.
money.
There's people that aren't going to come now because Meech isn't going to be there. We have to
That's
withhold that
true.
information.
Meech may come. Correction.
But no, what if they showed up and they're like, "Man, I only came because I heard Meech was going to," and they're so disappointed. So I don't want to let those people down.
That's
I
true.
just
You got
wanna-
a really good
I want
point
to
there.
forewarn those people.
Meech is always thinking ahead.
Man
Okay,
of
we
the
got to
people.
take a minute to thank our sponsors. I want to start with Blue Monkey Catering. I hear tomorrow they're doing a burger bar and tots. Is that right? Tots or fries? Fries. A burger
which
bar
will
and fries.
probably mean tots as well.
So listen, you're getting a burger and fries absolutely free just for showing up.
I'm so
okay.
mad I'm gonna miss
Also,
this.
by the way, just keep it on the DL, but our boys down at Kenwood are going to be showing up with plenty of beers. Okay. They're just going to be sliding them in there. We're going to be handing them out to people. Kenwood, as always, providing the beers. That is also how much, guys? I can't remember. How much is that?
$3.99.
$3.99 for the people.
Buy none, get one
Jeez.
free.
Bring your ID because I'm gonna be checking IDs.
Now,
no high
the
school
best
kids.
hoagies in the city, courtesy of
Where?
Fink's Hoagies
Oh,
and the Hoagie Prince, Eric Fink
Ew.
himself. Fink, what kind of spread are we going to have? The taconis and what kind of mixture are we looking at?
We got veggies,
I didn't figure it out that yet.
Italian.
Okay.
I just know. No, we got Italian on there, veggie, taconi, Bridesburg.
Mm.
Did I say veggie?
Yeah.
Ham, turkey, the
What's
basics.
the one that's like got
Good.
the ham and the pickles?
I didn't do that one
What's
this
that one
time.
called?
The El Cubana.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
I like that.
Keep that on, he's not doing those.
He's
right?
not doing that, right? Okay.
Maybe I'll
Yeah,
find one for Rob.
How's it? If anyone speaks Pig Latin, Enwood K, Ilway, apply say the ear bay.
Listen, by the way, I realized, and Mark,
Jesse, we have one other sponsor that you
but real
need to
quick, we have
shout
a-
out.
I know we have a couple, and I realized this isn't the most recent graphic because it's from last week, and that's my bad. But if you look online, you'll see Millstone Property Group. These guys are excellent property management folks. Our boy John used to be from JBMP, but they changed it to
JB.
Millstone.
Say,
JB.
JB.
God, I love.
We got a
Shout out Jimmy D'Onofrio who did this flyer along with every fucking flyer for every one of our tailgates. But I got to say, there was one comment on Twitter that made me laugh. It said, "What does the Eagles Super Bowl banner have against ex-president Joe Biden?" And it kind of made me chuckle. Like, Jimmy, I'm not downing your artistic abilities. Everyone got it. But that was a pretty funny.
He is falling into kind of like I'm super.
Jimmy, we
old.
apologize
maybe
for
put a
Meech.
cowboy hat on.
Well, he's got a cowboy star on.
You
him
get the
there.
star on the
Yeah,
tie.
his
Like I'm not gonna lie, when I first saw it, I was like, "Why is Jeffrey Lurie getting pulled in?" Then I was like, "Oh wait, there's the star on the
Yeah,
tie."
shout out to Jimmy. All right, so shout out to Millstone. Those guys have been big supporters of the pod over the years, and just a really great company there. And of course, the Good Heart Firm and Impact Athlete Management. Wonderful services from all those guys. Mark does a great job. If you need representation in regards to the legal matter, or you need somebody to represent you because you're thinking about being a pro athlete, Mark can do all that if you believe it.
I'm thinking about being a pro athlete.
Can
Mark.
we hear?
you represent
Mark,
me?
I didn't intend for you to be shut out.
What
though.
if I want to be
that
a
was
criminal?
not the plan. So there we go. Mark, your thoughts on legal representation and athlete management?
I would say that all the spots for tomorrow night are full already at the game, so you're not going to be a pro athlete tomorrow. Sorry. And don't do anything that will require legal representation tomorrow in the parking lot.
Good advice.
Can't promise
From the
that.
best lawyer in the
But if
city.
something accidentally happens,
Oh, speaking of which, because my mind went to the P10.
You can send me an email, and my out of office will be on tomorrow because I'm
That's exciting.
His
Just
out of
kidding.
office is going to start.
I'm always available 24/7.
His out of office is going to start. It's so rare to reach the top of the mountain, and when we do, we must take time to celebrate it. Something like that. But when somebody said something about if something happens to you, my mind for some reason went to the P tent. Like you could sustain an injury in the
We still
P
have
tent.
that,
Now,
right?
quick update on the P tent. I assume Blue Monkey's not bringing their 3 P10 setup. That was like a special thing for the playoffs, which leaves us with one blue tent and no actual toilet. So, Mark, did you have thoughts on this?
Scott actually, one of the first things he said to me, he goes, "Well, how many P-tents do you think we need?"
Shut up.
And I was like, "Dude, you don't have to do like the full spread. It's cool." So who knows? You got to show up to find out. What's the over/under on the FanDuel number of
2.5.
P-tents at the City Pigeons tailgate?
Let's go to Meech on that.
Mark,
Meech,
you're
over
up.
under on P10s.
2.5. You said he set up 3 last time, and you told him it was overkill. Is he going to do the overkill, or is he going to scale back?
Are we counting our own P tent? Because, like I said, I have the blue tent, but I have no bucket. Does anyone have a bucket that we can use? For
There's a
the P10?
trash can over there. Just take that on the way
We
out.
can't take the trash can from the coop. Eddie will kill us.
Is that the greatest white elephant gift ever?
That was pretty gay.
Maybe the greatest white
Seamus,
elephant gift ever.
Do you know about this?
I do not.
It was during.
Go ahead.
It was
You
white
can tell the
elephant.
story, Tom.
Who got it again?
Mark got it.
Mark was the one
Mark
that got
was-
it.
yeah.
And but nobody knew what it was.
Devin
It was
got
this
it
huge-
originally,
It was a huge
though.
box,
Didn't
and
we?
we had no idea what was happening.
No, Devin picked it originally.
Devin picked it, correct?
Yeah,
But
and
it was sit out there
unboxed
all
it.
night, and it was literally, I mean, it was 6 foot high, 4 foot, round. Nobody knew what was in this thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is gonna be crazy. And we opened it up, and it was a P10.
Great moments in White Elephant City Pigeons holiday party history. Go
I
ahead,
thought
Mark.
it was going to be one of Meech's kids jumping out, but it was just a P10.
Hey,
That's not cool.
you think I'd give one of my kids in a white Christmas elephant
You got 5. What's
type of?
Okay,
You got twins.
I would have.
So-
no, I would.
You
listen.
could play both of them.
My pick is coming up. So somebody who's not have their pick. I want to hear from everybody one thing they're expecting to happen with the Birds this year. Like, I'll give you one real quick. Mine is like I expect Jalen Hurts to demonstrate without any doubt that he is a top 5 quarterback by having a dominant season because he has fully arrived, is 100% confident, and is going to be
Is that
great.
not done?
That's yeah.
Did you,
Is that
see,
not done?
did you see Kyle Brandt's rant today on Good Morning
Like,
it was
Football
awesome.
or
I love
whatever?
I love a Brant rant.
Love
He
a
loves
saying,
us,
man.
too.
He was talking about who his MVP is going to be, and it was Jalen Hurts.
Jalen.
But just the rant was incredible. Yeah, you're 2 after.
Okay, I'm just Meech and I got to make some picks. Over to Rocky.
What I'm gonna say, Nolan Smith is gonna be an all-star, or what do they call that? Pro bowler. Pro
Rocky
bowler.
on baseball.
Anybody
bad.
makes the fucking Pro Bowl because everybody in the
Everybody gets
playoffs
hurt
backs
or
out.
doesn't
And
want to do it.
I think a
All
couple
pro-
years ago,
all
like
pro has to be
a
that's
backup
the measure.
quarterback was in
Yeah.
the Pro Bowl.
Well, no, I'm talking about he's gonna be a starter Pro bowler. Like he's gonna earn it and be that guy. That
God
dude's
damn, I
he's on
hate
another
this
level.
pick.
What was
Um,
it? What was the question?
Like, what do you think's gonna happen
Meech.
on the Eagles this season?
He's losing
some,
Give
it.
like a hot
weird thing.
prediction,
Yeah.
player to watch. Something
I
like that
think
seems
the
vibe.
passing game is going to be more enforced this year. I think both wide receiver 1 and 2 is going to have 1,000 yards receiving. I think they're going to use Jalen's arms a lot more this year.
I think they're going to throw more as well. I think they'll run Saquon less in the regular season. Had like over 400 touches, maybe close to 500 between the playoffs and the regular season last year. You want to go back to the Super Bowl? You might need them late in the year in the postseason.
So that's your prediction?
I think they're going to throw more. Yeah.
No, I mean,
No, mine is so. I like the Nolan Smith thing. I'll run with that.
yeah.
So when I talk about players locally or nationally, I say, can they pass the way I would say it, the grandmom test? Would your grandmom, who doesn't really follow the sport but might watch on Sundays, might watch national TV games,
I like that.
would she know who this player is? I think we were on the cusp of Nolan Smith becoming one of those guys where
Hell
she
yeah.
knows
That's what I wanna
Jalen
hear.
Smith and Jason Kelsey, obviously not on the team anymore, but those types of figures, I could see Nolan Smith being one of those guys.
Do you know I actually had him in my queue on DraftKings like a month ago. He was plus 15,000 on having the most sacks in the NFL.
Mm,
And I mean, I think it's a like for that for those odds,
okay,
it's a pretty cool bet.
I got to do.
I love Nolan.
I'm going to do something that I enjoy doing. Just going to play a little devil's advocate because here's the thing. We haven't seen Nolan Smith in an every down role, right? And the book on him was that while he was incredibly quick, incredibly long, that he's not a huge guy, that he had, it's not going to blow anybody over.
drinker.
He has
Pause.
to beat you, around the corner. And I just wonder, there are certain things, certain assumptions that we're making, that we're relying on that will allow us in our minds to say the defense could be as good as it was last year. And that is certainly one of them. They've lost depth on the defensive line across the board. I just worry that maybe we're putting a little look. His performance at the parade, we love him for that. Tearing the triceps in the Super Bowl, being out there, we love him for that. He looked unstoppable at the end of the year there. I'm just a little worried that we're putting too many eggs in certain baskets like that. Listen, I have no reason to think he can't do it, but we're all sitting here going, he's going to do it. And I'm just wondering if we're going a little too far. I'm not sure.
So
Here's one thing that if you want to compare it to last year, we had who was the big signing? Huff.
Your Bryce off 0.
Yeah, and
Zero.
did nothing, but he was our big signing to where we're going to get production out of him. Zach Bond, you didn't know what we were going to get out of him. Half of these guys were question marks last year. Now you have like Nolan Smith, who was one of the most productive sack-wise players in the league in the last half of last year. You have Jalix Hunt. You have what's the dude, Ojo or
Ojolari?
yeah,
Ojomo?
Ojolari.
Jomo.
Ojomo.
Moro Jomo on defensive tackle.
Yeah.
We're talking about Aziz Ojolari.
No,
I'm
no, I'm
talking
talking about
Jomo.
Jomo,
I'm
yeah.
talking
I like
about a Jomo.
Yeah, I like him.
Like these guys are they're going to get the same kind of stats that the Milton Williams did last year. I just think they're so good at replenishing these guys, and the coaching is so good, and the culture is so good. I'm not really worried about that. Like, I remember last year sitting at the same episode, and my big worry was, is Cam Jurgens going to be able to fill in for a legend? Like, now that guy's pretty much a legend.
Yeah.
Like, he's awesome. I mean,
Wait, this was also if I recall correctly, this always sticks with me. You told everyone to draft Keon Coleman.
I did, but he's going to be a good receiver. But
I just thought it was funny. That was
From the Bills?
You draft Keon Coleman, baby.
You know why? Because I liked one of his press conferences where he told people to buy their winter coats in the summer to save money.
Yeah.
So I was like, this
I remember
like,
that guy,
honest to
yeah.
God, that was my scouting. I didn't know anything about him, but his little press conference was so cool. I was like, this guy's going to be a fucking star, which meant nothing. But what are you bringing that shit up for, man?
Who had
All
the
right.
Eagles going like 16-1 and winning the Super Bowl off the bat last
You
year?
did, Phil.
What did they do? Ooh. I will say, I am a little bit worried about the secondary. I don't like to feel nervous about things like heading into the season. That's one thing that I am a little worried about.
Listen, I got to
a
be
big part
honest.
of the
I'm
game.
so happy to hear you say that, because I just thought for a second that you were, like a rah-rah guy, and just like, Mark's watching questionable things on his phone over there. I just thought you were like trying to be the guy that says the thing that people want to hear. So to hear you have a concern makes me happy. Now, I think that's a legitimate one. We don't even know who's going to start yet. Seamus, do you you're still media in my mind. So
Sure.
You might have some insight here. You might have you've been following this probably more closely than anybody else. Like, what do you think about the secondary? And let me say this. It looks like Sidney Brown probably is going to start at safety. I love that guy, but he just seems like such a liability. Like, he's going to fly past somebody trying to kill them.
Totally.
And it's going to cost us. I worry about him and his like up here and his ability to play the position. You go ahead.
It looked like Jeff McClain from the Inquirer, good reporter, had said that Adoree Jackson, veteran signing, would be the cornerback 2, outside cornerback opposite Quinyon Mitchell, and then Sidney Brown would start at safety, which I don't think necessarily surprising. But at the end of the year, I would expect, even though he was kind of a last-minute signing, Marcus Epps is probably going to outsnap him this year. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened. They're bringing him back.
Oh, really?
I don't really necessarily trust Sidney Brown over the whole year. Plays with a lot of energy.
You mean Epps, the guy we had?
What about the guy we got from the Raiders? What's he looking
Bennett?
like on
At
that?
corner? It seemed like he was up in the air to start opposite Adoree Jackson, but maybe, I don't know, I'm not down there. Too soon to get ingrained yet. I mean, last year, Cooper DeJean didn't really start until week 5 at nickelback, and then he goes in there, and that changes the 5th game, I shouldn't say just week 5, changed everything. So they still, I'm worried about the secondary. I think that's a legitimate concern. You have 3 out of 5 guys. You have 3 really good starters. You have Quinyon, who I think could peak as maybe a top 5, top 6 outside cornerback. DeJean, who was awesome last year in the slot. And Reed Blankenship, who's pretty good this year and seems to be really well respected. He was a captain this year for the first time.
I think you got to hope.
But
There's been years past where we were like, I'm worried about the secondary, and it was like really worried. It was
Yeah.
like
But
who
what
this
helps?
isn't the Chip Kelly era
having
where you
Quinyon
have
out there and
you
Cooper
have
and these guys.
3 real good guys.
What else helps?
And
the
you know what?
secondary?
Yeah, here's the other. I'm sorry to cut you off, Tom. Here's the other thing that's really cool. You have a linebacking core that is like way better in coverage than we've ever had, and we're going to get Nakobe Dean back in week 5 or 6, something like that. I mean, I'm not worried about the defense. One of the only things I'm worried about is yet another offensive coordinator for Jalen Hurts, but it doesn't seem to affect him any other year. So is it really a worry? I mean,
Oh boy, here we go. See, Meech and I come around on the picks, and we get a little quiet here.
What do we think about? I sent it out earlier. The hype video from today.
I didn't watch it
You
yet.
didn't watch it?
Do you think there's another one coming tomorrow?
It has
like a
to
more
be.
like a
There
this
has
one was
to
like
be.
5 or 6
It's
minutes.
5 minutes.
So I
there's
think
no
there's
way.
probably one tomorrow that's 90 seconds or 2 minutes. That's
Who did the narrate? Who's the voiceover?
there wasn't one. It was just Sirianni
Just
talking to some
clips?
players.
It was
So
I
it
saw
feel like-
people were comparing it to so I saw someone tweet that it was a Ring camera video of a therapy session.
I think
That's
that
what it
was
looked
actually
like.
pretty apt comparison to what
Haters.
happened, yeah.
I just couldn't believe they didn't bleep out the curses. I'm trying to show it to my kids, and it's just got
Yeah,
out
I
of control.
was like,
quick, and I
whoa, this is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Damn,
The
like
dude.
Nolan
official
Smith part
socials.
was pretty sick. Him
Yeah.
talking about playing through
Yeah, the
the
torn,
torn triceps and the.
They'll
the Super
eventually
Bowl.
learn them words anyway. Just take them a couple games.
I mean, they know them. You know. what I mean?
Yeah.
Give a heads up,
Did you just
Eagles.
pick? Did you just pick Hawkinson?
No.
No, somebody else did.
No, he's still there.
Oh.
Bozo. Come
Oh,
on.
scroll up,
Jeez.
Hawkinson.
Scroll up. Oh,
Yeah, baby.
wrong.
Guess what? I'm back to back. Feel me? Here I come. Someone else say something.
I thought that the hype video was weak. Was not hype at all. I mean, it was cool
Hmm.
to see, but I need
They've
some like,
delivered on the hype video so much that I have to imagine there's going to be more to come.
Oh, shit.
That can't
There's
be
a
it.
kicker in defense in this dumbass league.
Oh, I'm out.
Oh, come on.
So,
But back to the
fuck?
Eagles. No,
right.
I didn't see the hype video yet, but everyone I've seen,
it's 5 minutes of.
I feel like Twitter always is going to hype it up. They're like, we're running through a wall, typical response. I didn't get to see it yet,
Yeah.
but I heard not too many people
we-
loved it.
it's
Not-
5 minutes of Sirianni talking to his players on the couch.
Can we get some?
All right.
Not to get off the Eagles here, but next time Jesse and Meach come up, can we get some U.S. Open talk from Mark?
Yeah, for sure. But what I do want to do right now is I want to bring back all of our peeps, guys. I'm bringing you on. Get ready. Here we go. Where's Danielle?
Bathroom break for each.
Blake, where you at, dog? You still there? Okay. I want to start with Danielle. Danielle, here. Let me go ahead and you're unmuted. Okay, cool. So Danielle, how would you compare your approach and success in fantasy, generally speaking, as it would compare to Mark and his approach and the success or lack thereof that he has had as a fantasy football player?
Well, I think he goes with his heart more.
Oh, she's got a gremlin.
Looking here, he's got all of the Chargers, I think. And I don't think he knows anything. He does no research or anything.
All right, Danielle, we got to stop it. This is like WIP. This is like WIP.
She's dropping some
She
knowledge.
got a bad
too.
connection.
You
You got a
know.
bad connection.
Oh,
Hey,
she's bringing heat, and we
hold
can't
up.
hear it.
Check your internet, dude. Are
All
you
credibility is just lost right there.
Mark? Can you speak to it real quick? And
No, Mark's,
so I'm on the
Mark's on the clock.
Oh shit!
No, we want.
Oh,
I want
Mark's on the
Danielle,
clock.
not Mark.
Okay, Radical Squirrel. How do you like your team so far?
I'd say I feel good to awful. I'm not sure yet.
Fair enough.
That's how you know you've got a team that could be really good or terrible. You just don't know. Keith, you jumped in here at the last second. What appealed to you about joining the City Pigeons Fantasy Football League?
I just want to beat like Meech and Fink and talk trash.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
Get all
Keith,
up in
I am
there.
coming for your ass, brother. Okay.
Couldn't turn that down.
All right, let's get her back in here. She now has a child with her. Danielle, let's test your audio connection. Are you there?
No, it's not working.
Oh,
Damn it. Damn it. All right. Well, everyone else is working, so
let me talk to Blake for a second. I got to ask him some
hold
questions.
on. Let's get Blake in here.
Blake, where's the baby?
He's sleeping.
We need to see.
You
the
didn't
baby.
keep Blake, you didn't keep the baby up to be on the podcast? What the hell,
no,
man?
No, he's sleeping.
Could have been the baby's podcast debut.
So wait, before we go, I want to let you guys know that Blake he's dealing with a fresh baby. Somebody
fresh
hit his
baby.
car.
As opposed to
Wait,
a
hold
stale
on.
baby.
Somebody hit his car, and he's still in here drafting on camera. This dude is committed.
Damn. Yo, Blake, you're a real one,
But he
dude.
will.
We
No,
appreciate
I
you.
might need a lawyer. I seriously, I might.
Hey, a lawyer.
Guy
Mark, you
driving
hear
crazy in my parking lot.
You got one.
Nah, we
How's your
got a
team
guy.
looking, Blake? How do you feel about your team so far?
Running backs okay, but wide receivers very good.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's funny to me with fantasy. It just feels like it's very hard. If you make it through a draft and you don't feel like, you know, you're weaker in one zone than the other, then you have achieved something that I think is very hard to do, because it feels like no matter what, you're making some sort of sacrifice, right? You can't have the top guys across the board.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong? Is that possible? And I just suck at fantasy.
I always feel like my team.
I think
Yeah,
it's, I think
pretty
it's you
much have
suck
the
at
top
fantasy,
guys
brother.
across the board. So.
Okay, everybody knows. Oh, it's just me being a loser.
Yup.
I feel like you're all over me today. I don't know what it is,
Whoa.
but
Whoa, I got another question for Blake, because Blake knows ball better than most people know ball.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I want to hear
I'm gonna
about
kill
his
Blake's team too.
his I know he's up soon, but What's your prediction for the Eagles? Like, what's your big prediction for the season? Like we were talking about, I say Nolan Smith's going to be all pro bowler. Fink says they're going to pass a whole lot more. What do you think?
I think Moro Ojomo is going to have 8+ sacks, and he may have a better season than Jalen Carter does.
Wow. Okay. Listen. That's bold.
That's bold prediction.
When you went to the better than
I'm not
Jalen
saying
Carter,
he's better. I'm not saying he's better. He just may have a better season.
Yeah. That to me is a bold prediction because one of mine was going to be, and I know this is kind of seems predictable based on what's gone on the past couple of years, but I think this is actually the time. I think that Jalen Carter is going to be, he's going to cement himself as arguably the best defensive lineman in the league. I don't want to do the like, oh, he's going to win defensive player of the year because I don't know about like the awards, but I think people are, and you know, I don't honestly know the top 5 defensive linemen off the top of my head. He may be in that conversation already.
Oh, he is.
But I think he's going to go like Aaron Donald style this year. That's what I'm feeling.
I think he is my prediction for the year. It's not really a prediction, but I think he is the most important player on the team, Jalen Carter. I think if he were to go down, God forbid,
secondary gets a lot worse.
Everything gets
earlier.
worse. And I just read the other day, which I didn't realize,
Who just took
that
Dak
he
Prescott?
plays like 85, 90% of the snaps, which is unheard of for a defensive tackle. Like that is unheard
Our
of.
season is over last year if he doesn't come up with that play on 3rd and 4th. That like I thought for sure we were losing. I mean, we talked about it a million times.
Wait.
I thought for sure that game was over and we were done.
Hold on. Hold up.
Who
Who's
drafted Dak
whose
Prescott?
Penn Charter sucks?
That's Blake.
That's me.
Okay, Blake, hold up. Now, real
Cowboys
quick.
are going to be down constantly. They're going to throw the ball left.
See,
and
he's
right.
already Blake is already in a defensive posture because he knows I looked at his roster. Listen to his roster. This you can't make this stuff up. He's got Dak Prescott, he's got CeeDee Lamb, he's got Malik Neighbors. Bro, you're drafting the entire NFC East, but the Eagles, you are a fraud, my friend.
No fraud. It's how the board fell.
I got to say this, Blake, though. The idea of picking guys on a team, offensive players on a team that's going to be down a lot is smart to an extent. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I propose getting rid of the defense and kicker. Is it too late for that?
Someone already took a defense.
Listen, this is going to be a standard league.
Like, here's what I hate about defense. When they start, they have like 30 points already or something like that. And then it just keeps going down. So you look at your score and you're like, oh, shit, who scored for me? And you're like, oh, no, my defense just started the game.
Well, that's part of fantasy football, man.
It
You
sucks.
just adjust.
I got rid of defense fucking 30 years ago in fantasy football.
Oh,
I was a visionary.
Here's my guy, Mike Roberts, who I just spent a decent amount of time with, saying Lane Johnson, most important player on the team, not named Hurts. I mean, I feel like you could argue that. I see what you're saying. That's a good point, but you could say that about Mailata, any of these offensive linemen.
I think Lane might be the most valuable, even outside the quarterback.
Wait. That's what he's saying.
Okay, he's saying
Hurts. Most important player on team not named Hurts.
Oh, I could see him just being number one flat out.
Flat out. So you're saying even
not shade to Hurts. I think he is. I don't have the numbers, but over the last 10 years, the numbers when he's in the lineup versus out are astounding.
It's like a 700 team to a 365 team. That's
Listen, we know that Mike
numbers
Roberts
work
knows ball. Additionally, he knows kids slang. Okay, so we give Mike a lot of credit. He was just at the Oasis concert at MetLife Stadium, so he's having a good run. He says, check their record when Lane is out. I don't doubt
boy,
you,
Matty Market says
you're up.
Makuba is going to be a sleeper.
Guess who, by the way, has a Lane Johnson jersey? Well, this guy, because I'm
Lane
keeping it
Johnson.
real. All right, I got to focus. Over to you guys. Take it away. Here we go.
Mark, give us a real quick 60 seconds on your trip up to New York for the U.S. Open.
Well, it's hard to say this the night before Eagles Cowboys to open the season when we're going to raise the Super Bowl banner, but the U.S. Open, and Naomi Osaka's playing right now. I'd really like to put that on the TV, and you guys are killing me with this Phillies game. But
Phillies are killing us with this Phillies game.
The U.S. Open is as good as the best sporting event that you can attend in person. It is unbelievable.
And you've been to multiple Super Bowls.
I say as good as. It's just really well done.
Recency
You get in
bias.
there 11 a.m. You watch tennis for 12, 13 hours till you're out of there. But I'll say, here's the thing about it. The access to these players, you take your kids up there. These players sign autographs for every single kid who's waiting for them after every match.
That changes everything because then it becomes a much different experience.
It is
much more intimate experience.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And not just, the 100th ranked or 50th ranked player. Every player who wins a match at the US Open signs for every kid afterwards on the biggest courts, on the smallest courts. You're watching these players from, like you're watching them on a court down at FDR Park. You're that close.
Right.
It is really amazing. And there's also something about this finality of the moment, and that these players are out there on their own, and you can see the mental struggle and the physical struggle, that it's an individual sport. And seeing that up close, it's different than watching it on TV. We had a blast. I will try and go every year. And my last point is I missed the podcast last week, and I did listen to it. And I was the butt of many jokes, and it's really nice to make fun of the guy when he's not here. I really appreciate that.
That's what happens.
But
Best abilities
Show up.
available.
everyone's saying that. I don't know why Goodhart sent us photos of the Emiratis sign, but if you recall, Mr. Mike Meach, the reason I sent the picture of the sign is because I was taking it all the way back to the NBA in-season tournament when you're like, what is this, the Emiratis tournament? And we're like, no, dude, it's the Emirates Airlines. And so I was throwing it up at you a little bit, but your memory is not long enough.
Correct.
You're
My
still.
apologies.
That's only one instance of your unintelligible texting.
I mean, that
Okay.
wasn't. It's not like I was dissing you. I just didn't understand the.
I'm always
even
scratching
though
my
I
head.
was the one who said it.
I have a question.
Even
Shane.
today, you were questioning whether something
they
made
might
sense
plug
on
them
our
on.
text sheet. It seemed to clearly make sense to everyone. Who was there for that? You saw it because you thumbed
It
it,
made
up.
sense to me.
It made sense to me.
Hey.
I'm telling you, unintelligible texter.
Anyway.
It's a fact. Okay.
Last
Danielle-
thing I will say about the Open. We saw young up-and-comers, no-name players. I also got a chance to watch Novak Djokovic for 2 sets in Arthur Ashe Stadium. And it was one of those moments where you're like, man, I'm watching one of the best or maybe the best to ever play his sport. And that was pretty cool.
That actually is
Was
cool.
that your first time going to a professional tennis tournament?
No, we've been to those. I was like my 3rd or 4th time at the Open. I actually saw the Williams sisters play a final there with my dad and Danielle like
massive.
15, 20 years ago.
I have
I
never
gotta-
been to a tennis match, but I got to say that sport to me is, I guess I could put like boxing up there in terms of being one-on-one, going back and forth, there's so much mental to it too, in terms of, even when we go play tennis at 50th 34th Street, Mark, I'm like, try to hit it down the line when he's leaning this way, like it's just the quality of play is unbelievable. I think it would be super cool. I do want to do that one day. So next year I'm happy to go with you. But let's see if the intelligible texter has figured out these audio issues, which have been plaguing her so bad.
She's the unintelligible
No, she's
podcaster.
Well, yeah, you're not very intelligible with these audio issues. Did Mark not pay the internet bill, Danielle? Come on, tell us it's okay.
He did not. He did not.
Oh, you
He
sound
paid
good
the one
now.
offshore, not here. We have no
right.
lights, no water, nothing here.
All right, listen, do me a favor. Speak extra loud because I don't hear you as well as I'm hearing everyone else, but it's clear now. So my question to you was, how do you compare your fantasy football capabilities to Mark's? Who has a better track record? Do you guys work together? How does this go?
So I don't do that many teams. He does a lot of teams, but I have much more knowledge than he has. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just he doesn't care. He's like, oh, these guys like the waiver wires. I don't care about the waiver wires, where I'm sitting there at midnight looking at it. So he doesn't keep up with it, but I think he just does it, and then he doesn't follow his teams. Like I just texted him. I said, why did you take McCaffrey? He goes, oh, is he hurt? And I said, not yet. But so he just, I don't know. But am I wrong, Mark?
Well, over the past couple of years, as I've become a certified NFL agent and represented a professional football player, I will say that my knowledge has increased. I also, though, pay attention to the grinders. I pay attention to the guys who are bringing the lunch pail.
Big
And
lunch
Christian
pail guy.
McCaffrey,
Nice.
I love you. I'd be happy to represent you. But, I'm paying attention to guys that are going, every play, the livelihood's on the line. So that's where I live and die.
Well done. I just had a realization that
Good to
seemed
know.
horrific to me. Having my wife texting me, questioning my fantasy football picks. Holy moly, man. That's no joke. Although I will say, having your wife tell you how she hit a parlay, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? She's definitely a better gambler than you.
By far.
He's the same, Danielle. He's the exact same way with gambling. He just picks up anything else anyone's putting down, maybe gets lucky. And then he cooks something up every once in a while. Not a very high success rate on those. Not a very high
Can we
success
get a
rate. All right.
side bet between Danielle and Mark? Who does better at fantasy?
I was actually thinking that we should definitely have some sort of way to have them have a bet as to who's going to finish higher in this league. We got to think about a lot of stuff because, guys, I want to be honest with you. I didn't tell anyone that there was a buy-in or that there was a punishment or that there were winnings. So I
Wait, you
feel
didn't
like
tell the people that there was a buy? I told Blake
No.
there was a buy-in.
all right, cool. It was supposed to be $100.
$100. We
Does
need to have
anyone-
some sort of
hold on.
punishment for last place, though.
I didn't
So-
tell Keith that though. So like it, if
So you're
he,
paying Keith's buy-in. Heard.
Yeah, I don't know if Keith wants to do that. Oh, Keith. I think we lost him. I'm gonna take him out unless he comes back.
I didn't know either, Jesse. I guess you can come from
Yeah.
me too. I must have missed that text that
That was
day.
$3.99. What's going on here, Fink?
Yeah, I thought it was just a friendly league. I guess you can pay for me, Jess. I
You're
guess.
pretty. Hey, you're pretty.
I'll give you your.
You're pretty hype on that third
So,
pick, boss.
When I win, I'll just give you your money back.
So we talked about
It's an investment.
tomorrow night, right? What's the outlook for the season though? Like, what are we going to just be the dominant squad in the
Repeat
NFL?
Super Bowl.
All right. Well, let's
I
come
wanna hear
back
from the professional.
Yeah, let's come back to Seamus on that because
Easy.
I will tell you, my biggest concern is just the schedule. I know everyone's kind of sick of hearing that, but I just feel like it's going to be really tough. And if we've been very fortunate with injuries, if we have injuries to any of our key players, I think it's going to be kind of tough. Schedule's tough. I'm not saying they can't be a great team. I'm not at all. But I think the division's going to be a little harder. I think the Giants got a little bit better. I don't think the Commanders are going to be as good as they were, but I still think they're going to be a solid, adversary.
You want to hear what I
Yes,
saw? I
we do.
don't know if I've read it or I saw a video on it. I'm so bad with crediting people who do the work, but I will say that this isn't my original thing. But I think the Commanders won 4 games last year in the fourth quarter, down
Including there was a Hail Mary last
down
year,
a
wasn't there?
touchdown,
game.
including. They won a couple games where the other team, like the Giants, their kicker was injured, so they had to go for 2 every time, and they won by 2 points, and the Giants missed 3 2-point conversions. Like they had so much luck last year. The only team they beat with a winning record during the regular season was the Eagles when Jay
Meach making picks while making points on the
Because
podcast.
I gave him the high sign. I said, "Meet you."
So the
Bummer.
only time, legitimately the only time the Commanders won a game against a team with a winning record was in the playoffs versus the Lions in the first round.
I didn't know that.
Other than
that's
that,
a wild fucking.
they didn't beat a team with a winning record besides the Eagles without Hurts
Yeah.
the entire year. Like they have so much shit going against them that I don't think they're going to be they might be an 8-9 team this year if you think about it.
Seamus.
That's what I like to hear.
I think Roger Goodell's dream is NFL parity. Any team can win on Sunday. Any
Mhm.
team can make the playoffs. Everyone's in it late in the season. Keep everyone's hope alive.
Oh, here's another thing. Jimmy Kempski tracks the ages of team starters, and the Washington Redskins is like 28.4, and it's the oldest ever since he's been tracking it. And the 2 closest to that finished like 4 and 12, and this was back when they played 16 games. And 7-9. So
You can cut him off, Seamus, to make it even.
the Redskins are looking really bad this year, historically. If you
Shout out to Rock because I had back-to-back picks and didn't know it. I like made a pick. I'm like, hell yeah! Rock's
High
you're
sign.
Still up.
So sorry,
How did you
Seamus.
cut Seamus off that hard?
Because I thought about another. That was a really good stat that I just thought
You
about.
had to have it. Do you
Yeah.
even know where you were, Seamus?
Yeah, I think it's gone too far though, where there aren't as many good teams as I feel like there were when I was growing up. Like not just teams that are okay. Everyone, X amount of teams have to make the playoffs every year. But I don't think there's as many dominant teams, as many good teams, particularly in the NFC, and particularly with talented quarterbacks in the NFC. It just seems unbalanced compared to.
No, I'm just
Agree.
No. So I still think the Eagles have the most talented rosters. Do they have flaws? Yeah, we talked about the secondary issue. I think that's huge. They're a little thin on the depth on the offensive line. Obviously, their offensive line's the best in the sport. But if one of those guys gets down, they might be in a little of a rough situation, and the schedule's tough. But they're just better than everyone. The Chiefs, do you really think they're as good as they last year? They were the number 1 seed. Something felt off with them the entire year, and it was clear there was once you got to the Super Bowl and the Eagles kicked their tail in. And I think it's a similar situation this year. I think the Eagles are clear-cut the best team. They have a tough schedule. They're going to Buffalo. That could be a Super Bowl preview. That is my pick for a Super Bowl preview late in December.
Birds, Bills.
Yeah. I think I pick that every year. Like Chris Burns.
Eventually, it's gonna happen.
We got to pick Bills Eagles every year.
The Bills.
By the way, like the Super Bowl is in San Fran, but it's really what's that? Santa Clara.
Santa
I think,
Clara, yeah.
which is like Silicon Valley area, right? And it's like it's pretty like there's a lot of wine going on. It's very fancy for the Bills Mafia and the Eagles fans to descend into
Goodell
that.
doesn't want
Just
that.
move to
hot-
Oakland.
Yeah, seriously, that'd be great. I think we all agree that Bills, Eagles, all the way. I think we didn't.
I got the Birds again as a 1 seed this. Not again. I got the Birds as the 1 seed this year.
Yeah.
Who in the NFC?
I don't think you're going off on a huge limb saying.
But who really scares you in the NFC?
Nobody.
No, you
No one
can't. Like
scares
you,
me.
you can think of like a couple teams that are there, but no one you think can come in here.
Lions
and
are going
beat
to
you.
take a step back.
They
think
lost,
Lions,
they lost their
Commanders are worse.
coordinators. The Packers, okay, whatever. I don't believe in Jordan Love.
They lost their coordinator.
The Vikings are. JJ McCarthy's going to come in here and beat the Eagles.
Here's
Going.
my,
Zero
here's
chance.
my only concern. Did we
I
just
just feel like we're
spend
just-
a whole podcast talking about how good the Eagles are and how great they're going to be? I mean, it's appropriate on a night like tonight.
Yes,
I feel like
love
we
it.
did.
They
This
were
is what I've
9-8
been waiting.
last year.
I've been
or
waiting for
something.
this my whole entire life
If-
to just come and say how good, how
They
much better
beat the
the Eagles are
ever-living
than
shit
everybody.
out of the Chiefs.
But how
I
good
love
does
it.
how good does it feel? Like how awesome
It's
is
the
it
best.
that they're the fucking best team
My
in football?
my
won
favorite
40-6.
season ever was the 2009 Phillies when they were the defending champs and still whipping everyone's ass, and you were like,
It
"We're
got
the fucking
Cliffley.
best, and we're still killing you."
Yep.
And it just so it's when we lost to the Yankees that year, it fucking killed me.
It's still,
But
yeah.
it's not going to happen this year. The Eagles are going to make the Super Bowl, and they're going to beat either the Chiefs or the Bills or the Bengals. One of
I
those
think
Or
the
the
Chiefs-
Ravens. I
the
think
Chiefs-
the
yeah, the
Ravens.
Let me-
Chiefs-
or
let
the
me tell you-
Ravens.
Let me tell you what
It
feels the
doesn't
best
matter.
about it, because
It doesn't matter.
there's always been, I feel like, for the most part, something to worry about. You know what I mean?
You know
And,
what
like,
worries me a little bit?
No,
I'll
hold
tell
on.
you.
Right
Okay.
now, we are in a worry-free zone. Right now, for this moment, we're coming off the best win in franchise history. We're getting our banner tomorrow night. We're going up against a rival who seems to suck terribly. There's nothing to worry about. And you got to love being at the epicenter of the universe of the largest sport in the country. Philadelphia, everybody talking about how great Howie Roseman is, Jalen Hurts. It just feels good to be an Eagles fan. So, you know what? If we spent the whole episode talking how great tomorrow's going to be, how good the team's going to be, so be it. If you don't like it, there's lots of other
Question
shows to
for
watch.
you guys going to the game: Are when they reveal the banner, are you guys going to watch it, or are you guys going to go into like the concourse and adopt the Eagles mindset for this year and it's behind you?
What? Isn't that
Now,
part of the whole
Did they say they're actually not going to watch it?
They
Yeah.
said they're not coming out.
And
That's-
CeeDee
I think
Lamb
that was
says
blown
he's
out of
gonna
proportion.
watch.
They it seemed that the Chiefs didn't do that last year.
Okay.
The
it's
Eagles
not
in
unique.
2018, after they won the first time, didn't do it. I don't think it might be less, a team enforcement as much as it is the players just simply aren't on the field during that time.
That
I'm
seems
sure they
weird
spin
to
it that
me.
way. I like that they're doing. I like the idea
Yeah,
that
I don't
Sirianni's
care
like
what-
we don't
whatever-
care about it anymore.
Do you like that mindset that they
Yeah.
had? Like they just flipped the
Yeah.
page and
Yeah.
said,
Whatever
like,
helps them, I don't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Yeah. On the one hand, I do, but on the other hand, I'm like, those banners in all the stadiums, especially like you go to like the Philly stadium and you see like all the Division One, there's so much in there, and you just like to have an actual championship banner that's going to hang in your stadium for the rest of the time. Part of me is like, you want to be there when you see it come down. If you played in that game, when it comes down, you want to see it. That said, you can come back and see it for the rest of all time. And if you want to lock in to kick the Cowboys' ass, can't really argue with that. I know I'll be standing there, glazed eyes looking up at that thing like, oh, yeah, baby, I'm so excited. I will say, and we talked about this last time, the last time the banner was revealed got totally screwed up. And it messed up my my vibes completely with that thunderstorm. You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It got completely rushed. B-Dawk didn't even get to do his thing properly. I was pissed off about that. Now, that was the first one ever. So I was super jacked for that. This, I'm very excited about. Don't get me wrong. But definitely not as much as the first one. Mark?
I will take your role and play devil's advocate. I actually think the banner unveil is one of the most overrated things in sports, to be honest with you.
Good take.
I will enjoy it. It's obviously cooler than not unveiling the banner. But,
you got to unveil it.
But it's like this. It's a flag that comes down, and it's 5 seconds. And it was great? Winning the Super Bowl. It was great? The parade.
You know what was great?
What's going to be great?
Being here at the Coop during the fucking Super Bowl was great.
Kicking the Cowboys' ass. I'm way more excited for the game than I am for the
I kind of look at it like it's our ring. You know what I mean? Meaning like the team, they got their ring that commemorates it. Like the banner is the official, like that is our kind of like ring, like our ceremony. Yeah. So I think it's meaningful to me. I'm not willing to dismiss it completely like you. But
what if this team is actually just a bunch of like real sickos and they're literally like flipping the page and just rip off like 6 Super Bowl wins in a row?
That's what I'm hoping.
Like that's maybe not all 6 wins, but you might like just rip off like 5 appearances in a row.
I think about this, and
Misha's picked Will Shipley.
Jalen Hurts
starting tomorrow.
Jalen Hurts has the makeup to be the next GOAT. Like he has the makeup to be that. Like all he's done is won since he came into the NFL. That's it. Like it doesn't matter what his fucking stats are. He's gone through points where he's been a turnover machine for like 9-10 games in a row. He just flips it and he's like, all right, I know what it takes to win. And the older he gets and the more wise he gets and the more experience he gets, I don't see it stopping, man. I mean, I love it. I love Jalen Hurts.
What is he, 26 5 more years? He's 31.
He's as young as like Herbert and those, like all those guys who came in before him. And he's way ahead of them career trajectory wise. And he's just better than them. Well, I mean, I don't want to argue.
They have the perfect leader for them to establish themselves as the team of the decade.
Yes.
They've already been in the Super Bowl once and lost, and they won it. They won this year. The Chiefs have won twice this decade. The Eagles have won. Who's to say how the decade ends?
Right.
It really could be. It's crazy to think that the Cowboys own the 90s.
Okay.
The Patriots own the 2010s. What if it really is?
Yeah.
The decade of the Eagles. Unfathomable stuff,
and
especially for older generations too. Saw them suck for so long.
And dude, if we think about Tom Brady shit, they even took a few years, and then he got back into a like.
Can I just say that
continues for 20 years?
When we won the last Super Bowl, we were like, we won that with Nick Foles, and we didn't even have our should have been MVP franchise quarterback. He's going to be healthy. We're going to go on a run for 5 years. Look, it's just so tough to do. Hopefully, Jalen is that guy, and he does. Take
won
that.
2 Super Bowls in 7 years. Not that far off.
What I'm saying.
Good. We were pretty good too.
The last Super Bowl coming into that season, it was Nick Foles in the beginning, but they knew Wentz was coming back and they were going to hand the team. It was such an awkward. And then Wentz gets hurt again, and Foles comes back and takes him into New Orleans. It was just a weird year. This year, there's no questions. There's no like who's going to be the quarterback. That was such an odd way to return as champions.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I mean, I don't know if it's ever been done besides like maybe Jeff Hostetler and Phil Simms.
Can I ask one more question about a little worry?
You can ask as many.
Are
as
you guys
want,
worried about another new offensive coordinator, or do you think because he's been here in house, the system's basically already there, it should be fine?
Well, that's what I said earlier. That was my only question going into this year. But if you think about it, it's a bunch of different
not that worried about
coordinators
that.
each
Seamus,
year.
what do you
So
think
The
about
other
that?
side's sick.
Temper some of those expectations.
Rick Sirianni's always talked very highly of the new guy, Kevin Matullo. You know, he's been with him for a long time. But I think at the same time, Brian Johnson was when they hired an internal guy. That didn't work out too well. They go and got an external guy in Kellen Moore. That worked out and led to a parade. So I'm always someone who's going to lean more on the side
Not a
of
great pattern.
bringing someone else in and just to keep the new ideas flowing. It has nothing to do with the new guy as who he is or who he is as a football mind, but just the idea that you always want to be, reinventing yourself. You always want to be innovative. I think that's what hurt Doug Peterson. He just kept wanting to have his own guys. He didn't want to bring in outside guys and mix things up. And it's happened before where Kellen Moore comes in, and I think people might have been iffy at first, but it turned out perfectly. And this guy could be great. It could be anher Super Bowl year.
It's also a lot easier when you have the best line in the league. The
Yeah,
best running
I
back
think-
in the league, 2 of the top 10
Yeah.
wide receivers in the league.
And I think it could also be a situation this works out well. They win the Super Bowl, and Shane Steichen gets fired, and he's back here next year or something like that.
Are we done here, Jess?
Yeah,
We're almost at the kicker. So I was just gonna,
yeah, that draft
maybe-
is zooming right
maybe
there.
get a couple people's.
Shout out to everybody, our fellow fantasy people, for keeping this thing moving. Because as everybody knows, drafts have a tendency to drag and drag and drag. And we just did it. We're going to do it in just over 60 minutes, which I think.
Yeah, we're moving. I
Yeah.
like that.
Credit to us.
Okay.
And Keith,
I
and
need
Blake,
to.
and Squirrel,
Okay,
and
we're
Danielle.
gonna leave. We're gonna just go for a few minutes more because I have a couple miscellaneous things that I need to get to here because I always do. And I'm having a good time, so let's just keep it going. What's your thoughts about Bluetooth speakers on the beach? Now, I say this because I ended up sitting at the beach multiple times over the past week or two with somebody near me who had a Bluetooth speaker that was playing country music at an audible enough level that I could not properly enjoy my time on the beach. Now, does the kind of music you're playing factor into it? It does. But I feel like some people are just out of control bringing these big speakers, just assuming they can play whatever kind of music they want. I don't think that's the right thing. Who has a strong opinion on that?
I hate it. Have some goddamn common courtesy for your common
When was the
man.
last time you
Put
were on
some
the beach?
headphones in. Enjoy
I don't
yourself.
disagree with you, but when was the last time you were on the beach?
Last Sunday.
Yo, he was in Stone Harbor.
Again.
Yeah, I had a mission, dude. I had to get to Stone Harbor or my wife was going to kill me, man. I was there. Had a draft the night before. I made it there, though.
Listen, like I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
Here's the best part. I'm sitting
It's been
there,
so long.
and then this whole group of 4 young people get up and go into the ocean. They leave their speaker on. And 2 songs in a row. Come on, it's country. You know what every country song is about? How awesome it is to be country. Do you know what I mean?
I don't, because I don't
She's
listen to
country. You know what I mean? I cannot.
Should've
Just
thrown
stop
that
it with
shit
that.
I just
in
don't
the-
think
in the
you need
surf.
the loud music on the beach. Like, let
Period.
everyone enjoy
Period.
their own time on the
All right.
beach. You
I
don't need to have
agree.
the loud music.
Is anyone for this?
No.
No.
Jesse, we were a little torn though because we were together this past weekend, and I'm with you. I bring a speaker. I don't always play it. If I do, I play it where just a few people. No, I play it.
That's what they all think.
Little Marley.
Trash mark while you're sitting there.
I got to take on this.
Hold on. I play it where just a few people can hear it, or I bring it and we listen to the Phillies game, and you can sort of hear it within a
Acceptable.
radius of 2 or 3 people. But this one group had this big speaker that they were playing for everyone. It's very different from playing like a little music that you could just hear in
Yeah.
your circle versus
was
playing for
bigger.
everyone. And Cypress Hill came on.
Yeah.
Mark, you're up.
And
We were with that.
we were pretty torn because I'm like, this is pretty dope,
Yeah.
but it's also an aggressive song to play on the beach in America's family
Mark,
resorts.
you have 13 seconds left on your pick.
So here's my
Pick
take.
a kicker.
7, 6,
I'm not
5.
I'm not a big beach goer, but I think it's not appropriate to blast your music on the beach at an audible level where everyone can hear it. But if you are going to do that, I think it's okay if you blast the sounds of the beach like reggae. What I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone loves reggae on the beach. It's like
Gotta be
island
reggae.
vibes.
I'm
So
with
if you're
you.
going to blast the music on the beach, it's got to be the Bob Marley channel on Sirius or whatever. I think that's acceptable. Anything other than that, you can't do it because not everyone likes country. Not everyone likes hip hop. Not everyone likes rock and roll. Not everyone likes techno or whatever, but everyone loves reggae. So if you're going to be on the beach and you're going to blast your music for everyone to hear, it's got to be reggae. Oh shit, I'm up.
Mark put it in my
Yacht
umbrella. I
Rock
love that.
Mad Market. Yo, Yacht Rock is legit. All right, here's another one. We found out. I want to know if you guys think this is weird. Mark admitted that he had never watched an episode of The Office.
I never have either. How's
Okay,
that?
I only seen
not
like
shocking.
I
three
watched
or
a few of the British Office, which was funny.
I've
Okay.
seen
The
3
new
to
Office
5
fucking
episodes.
blows.
That's it.
It's not funny. Every guy on there sucks.
Damn, dude.
You know who else never
evil
seen an
talk.
episode of The Office?
I
Why?
can't believe you brought this up an hour and 40
Is that
minutes
WAF?
into the.
A little bit.
What other? Okay, but I feel like we established in this conversation that Mark simply does it because he likes to do things against the grain. Shows are there that you guys have never watched, or things that you're out on that everyone else loves. Who's got one? Think, people.
Well, as you're thinking, let me ask you this, Mark. Are you? Because I'm not a big like series TV guy, and prior to the pandemic, I mean, The Wire, I've always been like up there for me, number one, and I will go back and rewatch that. But I've never watched all of The Sopranos. I started watching it, but then it just like it's to me, it got old and tired and the same shtick.
No
and it
way.
just was,
I never seen
It's
Lost.
one of the best
I
shows
never saw
ever.
Lost.
I know
So
people
I guess
love
that's my
that.
question to Mark. Well, I'm filibustering so we can come up with other ideas. Are you like a big TV guy, a big series guy?
Me? No, I don't watch a lot. I watch a lot of sports.
Watch sports.
And
Watch sports, man.
And I'm a big fan of The Simpsons. I watch a lot of Simpsons, not as much still. I did watch The Sopranos. I did watch Curb Your Enthusiasm the first couple seasons. There's a couple shows now that I like. I'm a big chick flick guy. So,
Hey,
you know,
Sports and chick flicks. Yeah, baby.
so I like that Outer Banks show. That's like a
Oh my
chick flick
God.
That's
show.
not a chick flick. That's like a
That's a gay
young adult,
reality
like,
show.
teen coming of.
I don't even know what that
Um,
is.
But I will say, Jesse, I wanted to bring this up, and I forgot to a couple episodes ago. To your point, I was always against using drugs, and I'm against drugs. And I was always against, as you know, certain items to assist cleaning in the shower. And I just want to say that I have started this summer using loofahs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
honestly, I feel as though the first 48 years of my life were missing something. The loofah is, I actually now look for good loofahs. Like I want to get, like, I have one loofah that's kind of rough. I have this other one I love. And I got to say, Meech, Jesse, thank you. If Meech, if we had
Meech
not
is not a
shared,
loofah
I'm not a
guy.
loofah
There's no way in the
guy.
world
if
Meech
we had
is
not
a
I'm
shared,
a
I
washcloth
was gonna
dude.
say,
if we had
Meech
not
had
shared a bed
washcloth
together in
written all
Los
over it.
Angeles, Meech,
Whoa.
I don't know that I ever would have
Pause.
come around to the loofah. Thank
All
you
right.
very much.
Real quick, listen. No doubt that the loofah is an elite item. You do have to make sure you get one that doesn't unravel too quick. There are levels to this. We can talk.
There are.
But right
levels.
now, I just want to go to Radical Squirrel. He's stuck with us here. And I just want to hear, number one.
Yo, I picked
Wait.
that dude from Jacksonville who hit that fucking like 75-yard field goal.
Oh, what is that?
He
Where'd
got
you
the
get that
signed picture.
Look at how
Yeah,
sad
sure.
Mahomes is right there.
from?
Nice,
Nice
dude.
one.
Get that thing mounted
Dude,
up.
that's a fake sig. I could see it.
Go Birds.
All right, wait.
That wasn't signed. That was signed by Cooper DeJohn.
All right,
I signed it
first
myself.
question, real quick. Squirrel, are you a loofah guy or no? I think you're a raw, just soap raw, right?
Yeah, I tend to raw dog it. My question is, how often do you change out a loofah?
Not
Yeah.
that often. I should way more,
Exactly.
dude.
It's
It's
disgusting.
disgusting. All right, listen. Let's
It's like
take.
when you let your toothbrush get to where it's fucking frayed and
Yeah,
flat.
Squirrel. Let's take a quick look at your team because I think there's no question in Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, James Conner. Yeah, those are probably second tier running backs. Being honest, you do have Puka Nacua, but then you go quickly to Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram. He's washed. DK Metcalf, maybe. I don't know. I think
this sounds like a
I
pretty
don't-
good team to me.
I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on
2015.
your own team there?
Well, with the Evan Ingram, it was a little bit of a wild card, but backed it up quickly with little Mark Andrews. He's over the hill, but still did well last year. Yeah, the Cortland
Ruined
Sutton.
their season last year. They're never going to forget that.
That's true.
Yeah, I noticed like Squirrel's got the champions hat on. Mark's got the Champions hat on. Fink had it on before he switched to the A-Best swag. Like when the Eagles decided to move on from the Super Bowl, I did too. I'm done with the Super Bowl champs
Oh.
Your
gear.
mentality too.
You're wearing
I
an
moved
Eagles
over.
hat. and an
Okay.
Eagles
Yeah,
shirt.
I moved ahead.
So the question
I'm
becomes,
I'm not watching the banner being raised either. I'm turning my back.
okay, so then the question,
I did, but you can wear it. But just this year, you
Okay.
got to give it we're moving forward.
all right, hold on. Let's go to
Guys,
Blake real quick because
full
he's hung with us
on
too.
the
Blake, what's your opinion? If you're going to the game, can you still wear championship gear, or do you need to wear something?
Especially if you drafted half of the Cowboys team and you're rooting for them subconsciously.
Listen, Meech, if you look at the power rankings, it's projected me as the second best team.
Oh,
Jesse's number one, but just
wait,
Oh,
who's number one?
again?
No
hey,
way.
Hey, thanks, Blake. All right, Blake, what do you
Just
think? Championship gear to the Eagles game or no?
absolutely. You guys just talked this entire podcast. This was a day for the fans. Tomorrow's a day for the fans. You can wear your championship gear all you want. This is for the fans. It's not really for the players at this point anymore. They're
Oh, yeah.
past
Yeah.
it.
Tell him, Blake.
All
I
right,
agree.
Let him know.
all right.
Blake does
Also,
I feel
know.
better about that.
Also, I want to just answer your one question, Jess, about the what's one thing you dislike that everyone likes, and it's Taylor Swift.
All right,
hell
I
yeah.
get that.
Hell
I
yeah.
get that.
She was born and raised in Reading, Pennsylvania, and she doesn't claim it whatsoever. And I'm from Reading, Pennsylvania, and
Uh-oh.
the city's
She's a
about
fraud.
Look, Blake,
She's
look
a
at us.
fraud.
50-50.
Blake,
Yeah.
look at us. A couple Reading guys cutting it up.
She's a fraud.
So
My nieces are so mad that I saw
Wait.
her sing the national
what?
anthem at the 2008 World Series before
What is
they
Danielle
ever saw her
doing?
in concert.
What's Danielle doing?
Blake, thanks for joining, buddy.
Danielle, do you have any
I
closing
need some work shit
comments?
done while you're off. Oh, damn it.
Final
Yeah, this was
thoughts like
great.
Jerry
I'm really
Springer,
excited.
Danielle.
Thanks for including me.
What'd you say?
I think I'm going to win the league. Thank you for having me as one of the teams, and I'm really excited.
No.
All right. Well, we're
Danielle's
excited to have you
projected
too.
to beat me week one.
We got to
already.
figure out the bet. Keith, what do you think? How you feeling? You feeling good about the game? Good about the fantasy team? How do we feel?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to win.
Keith's
No,
winning?
I got.
Keith
I
said he's
got it.
winning.
Keith, I'm gonna beat that ass. I heard you talking shit.
Keith, where are you, bro?
I'm
Hey,
hold
Jesse.
up.
Hunting for bodies.
I'm in Ocean City. I'm on the porch, and someone just turned the light out on me. So
Hell yeah. Ocean City. We missed you down
Here's
there.
the thing: if we're not going to have a buy-in for this, then we have to have a punishment for last place.
No, we'll talk about it. We're going to figure all this out.
Pigeon podcast as our special guest.
Yeah.
I saw
All
a
right,
good.
look.
I witnessed a punishment a couple
Listen.
of weeks ago. I was with our good friend Tall Teef as he finished last in his
Can you explain that real quick,
league.
dude? This is actually funny.
and so
Wait, real quick. Trevor is in a league with a bunch of
professional surfers.
former and current professional surfers. It's actually really funny. Most of them are LA or Cowboys fans. So go ahead,
Kelly
Mark.
Slater.
No, Kelly Slater's not it. Go ahead, Mark.
Name
Laird
another
Hamilton, one of them?
professional surfer.
Laird Hamilton.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, go ahead.
So his punishment was that he had to run 3 miles
Oh,
and
I'm out
drink
on that.
7 beers in 35 minutes.
Stupid.
And there was a technique, there was an approach he took, and it was successful for about 32 minutes.
You're kidding.
And
He
then,
couldn't do it.
Then the piss bucket came into play.
exactly.
shake that all up. That's coming out somewhere, man.
Yeah, that's just 7 beer. I mean, dude, sitting on a couch drinking
It's
7
got to be
beers.
one of those punishments where you go into a bar for 24 hours and every beer or shot you get a half hour taken off, and everything you eat, one of those type.
Waffle House style challenge.
Diabolical
that sort of thing.
shit over
All
there.
right.
I feel like Jesse's gonna
You
try
can't
to.
do that with Tom in the league.
Jesse's gonna try to shut this pod down soon. It looks
I
like.
am.
So before we go, I just got one final question for everybody. I just want to know your guys' prediction for the Eagles Cowboys game, starting with Mike Meach.
41-33 Eagles.
Oh,
Ooh.
damn.
Damn,
Absolute
high scoring
shootout.
affair, huh?
I just copied the Super Bowl 2017 score for
I'm going to go 31-21 Eagles, and it's another Chiefs type scenario where the Cowboys get late points. It's really a blowout. 31-21 Birds. Go Birds.
34-13 blowout.
Keep it simple. I was close. I was going 42-13. I think they're going to whoop that ass.
42-13.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go 24-10 Eagles. Think a low scoring affair a little bit.
Pinky?
I'm gonna go last.
38-7 Birds.
Ooh, I like it.
I got 34-17 Birds.
Go Birds.
A-G-L-E-S Eagles.
Peace
Go
out.
Birds.
See you next week. Hey,
Thank you,
come love
Seamus.
Dude,
Love
come
you
down
all.
to the
See you tomorrow in M-Lot. M-Lot.
yeah,
Go to the tailgate.
come to the tailgate. Go Birds. Go Seamus. Let's go.